Nice.
Okay, man. Welcome. What's up?
Hey, so yeah, thank you for having me in the podcast, man. So as a first guest, I guess I would wish you a lot of luck for a good beginning and continuous podcast that you will have in future.
I think we are gonna
So
nail it, to be honest.
yeah, so yeah, all the best from now on, I think.
Gracias. I mean, the crew is good, the vibe is also good. People who want to help, they're all good. I think a lot of people also want to speak for themselves, get advertised, which is nice. So we are gonna connect network
Indeed.
and our knowledge, like both from good from both worlds.
Indeed, like if you see the network and everything is connected, that's like a core of everything, like a networking. So without it, we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah,
So that's
I was
like a
always
good
thinking
base.
that the most precious thing that you can have actually is the human connection, because that's gonna bring you somewhere in life. And, it's good to have materialistic things, but that's completely different side of the story.
Indeed. I mean, once in life when you like realize that materialistic things are really nothing, and when you really like are in a moment when you break a phone or a laptop or something, and that you don't really care about that, then yeah, it's a, I would say it's a
Yeah,
good
but
thing.
it has two sides. Like, you cannot think about your wealth while you're freaking poor, like living under the bridge or something.
That's true.
Yeah, because I discovered also in my life that when I had a struggle with the money and how I'm gonna survive tomorrow, we haven't been born in such a easy situation at the beginning. At the moment when you get some social security, I mean social, from your pocket,
When
then
you
it
start
becomes
making a
easier.
living.
Yeah, exactly,
Indeed.
exactly.
Indeed, that's yeah. I mean, the moment when you start making a living, then that's how you also build respect for what you earn and everything. So yeah, that's also a good thing, I would say. But when you have something, then you can be in the mood that yeah, to like leave that materialistic things by side and build something differently. But yeah, I can understand also that not everybody can do that or be in that situation. So that's that can be difficult. But yeah, if you look, I mean, us, we're like in a we came from the similar boat basically. We started from nothing and we build ourselves slowly to something which we are now. So
It's
that's
actually weird when I'm thinking about it, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago when I started my IT career, I didn't have anything, just the will and wish to maybe become someone and few idols,
yeah.
that I looked as a reference. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the life now as much as I
That,
can next to the whole global shit that's happening.
that's exactly right. Yeah, I mean, I would say pretty much. If I look myself, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, it's a completely different world now, and the way like how everything started, like the whole journey into IT and like starting the work and everything was not an easy thing because like playing games all day, all night for years, and then you really need to make a hard stop and a cut and just tell yourself like, look, this cannot go on like this forever. You need to switch, so you need to
Yeah,
start doing something
yeah,
smart.
dude. I stopped gaming when I started IT career. Like, now I have my PS4 collecting dust. Literally, like, I bought it 2 years ago when I was in some relationship because I was also bored. We were watching Netflix every night, and then we're like, okay, let's play Assassin's Creed or something. And I bought it, but yeah, it's collecting dust when you're like watching the the screen the whole day after work. I'm just a bit of sick of screens.
Indeed. I mean, I still can continue watching the screen after work, but yeah, sometimes you just
You know
really
how
get
they
sick
say they're like
of it.
to cure your eyes from the monitor, replace that with your phone.
And then we're starting to have like that, like you know how they call it in Serbian, the kifloza, the neck. It looks like
Kiflaza, that's like
like a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
kifla.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's a
that's
monitor,
like a
it's a phone.
traditional bread that has like a huge bend slash curve, and your neck becomes like that after some time, right?
The big curve,
The
yeah,
big curve, yeah. I
that's what
call
we
that
have.
banana syndrome.
The banana syndrome. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, imagine not going to the gym or doing any sports while being IT nerd. Jesus. Yeah.
I would die. I think I would die because that's like the only thing I think that's yeah, it's helping me with my physical health at the moment because yeah, every morning I do some exercises like 10 15 minutes. It's a must, and I just keep that consistency for last, I don't know, year or something. Before I was also doing it, but not that consistent. And even after work, like the whole summer, the period when it was hot outside, so the bars and the park is like a minimum of hour or two doing exercises there. And yeah, but even like this sitting in a chair all day, it's not gonna help. That 1 or 2 hours is literally nothing.
Yeah.
But at least it's a good thing to do for your back, for your neck health and everything. So
I discovered that actually type of chair that you're utilizing for your work is really important on a long run. And the last
yes,
company that I worked, we had like a Herman Miller chairs, which are yeah one of the leading brands. But I never had a chance before to sit in that kind of chair, dude. I like brought one chair home so I can sit at home while working from home. And when I resigned, I had to pick up the actually to leave the chair. So now I'm not completely satisfied. I'm thinking to like spend of my some of my budgets to buy a proper chair, which is not cheap, man. They're actually quite
it's the
expensive.
expense, really
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most
yeah.
expensive one. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like 1300 euros. I mean, if
yeah.
you invest some crypto today, that's gonna be an easy return, right?
Or or you know what people are doing in Serbia. I read some blog. So there is like local ad for all the stuff basically that you can find. You just type and you really need to, you will find it. It's like a local Google for selling stuff. So people are selling the Herman Miller chairs. Of course, they are expensive, but you know the trick that they're doing. So you have like a company which is also present in Serbia for logistic, and it's present in UK. So what people are doing, they order the Herman Miller chairs from eBay for, of course, a lot cheaper price. The chair arrives to that storage or the warehouse of that logistic company. They order it on that name and they pay cheaper price and everything. And that company actually delivers it in Serbia. So they take it, they resell it for higher. So
Oh man.
smart cookies. Maybe you can
Yeah.
try something similar.
No, I mean, especially in back in that region of the Balkan, there are so many smugglers. But
Yeah.
yeah, in Netherlands it's very different. For example, I mean, I lived for 21 years in Serbia, and then I moved here. You can feel that people trust you even if they don't know you, for a simple reason because everyone are holding to their sticking to their privacy in a way.
Indeed.
They don't want to rob you on every corner, but yeah, it's not everywhere like that, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, when you grew up in a place like this, like I mean, from 90s when I was born, and you also so like all the war and all the stuff that was happening in the country, so that just made you like extra careful later, that you really think twice, slice once.
Yeah, twice
So
slice once. That's a good
indeed,
one.
little, because yeah, you just need to be careful, and that's what life taught you, uh, and that's what you apply for everything in your life. And yeah, I can also understand the people elsewhere in Europe, like especially in Netherlands, because people really don't know for anything bad. So for that,
Well,
because of that, it's kind of normal, I would say, for them.
yeah, I mean, the system it's completely different here than in that part of Europe. Actually, Serbia is not part of Europe, so I mean, like a continent, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's very different because the system is different, the history is different, the present is different, technology spread is different. Even though in Serbia there is a lot of technology giants, you know,
Yep.
which
That's
one of them is your current company, right?
yeah. The the current company I basically joined recently. It's a TietoEVRY, and I just made a decision to try something else, to switch a little bit from networking and security. Otherwise, that it's really nice and a great field. I work there with some amazing colleagues, and I just made a decision to go in the clouds.
I mean,
So
it's a good decision because that's current, past, and present. For some people, it's past because they are still there.
yeah,
Then you
yeah.
need to traverse to now. But yeah, it's very good, man.
Yeah, it's actually very nice because the team that I've joined, it's really amazing team. We have some bright minds in the team, young people, and the managers and all the stuff
Like
is
us.
quite nice. Yeah, exactly. Like we're very similar, and that's what drove my attention, I would say. And plus the stuff that we work on is like you said, the presence, the future, so the cloud and everything is what we do basically, the cloud native development, the cloud native stuff, mostly on Azure, as it's a Microsoft partner company, and the Azure is what we utilize.
Nice. Do you work for internal projects for the company, or you're serving clients as some kind of consultancy?
So for the moment, like the company itself, the TietoEVRY, it has its own portfolio of services that it's offering to its clients basically. Now, I'm just 3 months here, almost 3 months, but the team, what it's doing, it's developing its own solutions, which is offering to clients. And yeah, we have like in-house developers and in-house products that are consumed by the clients that we have. And this team where I'm working is basically developing I would say, an AI and machine learning solution that would bring kind of advanced profit scoring to banks. And one of the biggest client of the company is Medmera Bank. And this is basically what the team, and with collaboration of another AI team, is developing. So there is a lot of interesting stuff ongoing, and coming to the team to work on and to build stuff. So
Yeah, that's
I'm very
amazing.
happy for that.
Nice. I'm also looking forward to work in the future with the teams that are actually doing AI development and more oriented to that whole sector. I still did not touch that base yet.
Yeah.
Great, man. I
I
mean,
mean, from
we will need to catch up sometimes after this podcast. I wanna know more.
Of course, of course. I mean, apart from the infrastructure, I think what developers are developing and working on that, it's kind of cool. But also what we are developing, like the whole infrastructure now, all the automations and infrastructure as a code. it's for me personally, it's quite an amazing journey, and I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's quite nice.
How is it to traverse from networking, which is like logging into the router, configuring with the commands over the CLI, understanding protocols, IP address spaces, all kind of stuff, OSI layer, and then
Yeah.
coming to write PowerShell, for example. How does it feel?
Yeah, or a Terraform. I mean, it's what I think what the networking is giving you. It's really some unique base, like fundamental knowledge, and really a wide knowledge about protocols, about a lot of things. Then when you, I mean, for me it was like that, and when I made a switch, things are pretty much easy. Like
Yeah, I know what you mean,
ra-
because networking is pretty hardcore, man.
indeed, because like when you, I mean, this Terraform stuff that we're working with is like you read it like a normal text, so it's pretty simple. It cannot be compared like the cloud and anything on prem. It cannot be compared because whatever you have on prem, it's a
Nightmare to
way
manage.
more difficult
Yeah,
to
I agree.
manage
I
to
agree.
do. There is really wide things, and in a cloud, for me, it's just clicking.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
literally like that.
cloud also has its own pros and cons, I guess, like everything else.
True.
You're more closed in terms of what you're gonna see in cloud, because there is a shared responsibility model, and yeah, maybe something is gonna lock you up from deeper understanding of your problem. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna solve it.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of time in IT, right?
Indeed, indeed. I mean, it's everything is matter of time.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
whatever is there, like any problem, any issue, it's just a matter of time when you're gonna fix it. And I think, yeah, like in a cloud, maybe you would be limited to actually debug something that much in depth as you could do it on prem. So yeah, as you said, everything has pros and cons.
No,
So yeah,
no, I mean, when you're doing something on prem, it involves so much effort and changes. Yeah, on that many layers, like for example, when you're supporting end user computing that has a mass scale of I don't know how many countries and X thousand users, and you have group policies in Active Directory, every single one is gonna maybe overwrite each other, break something. You know, it's a nightmare to manage, but at the end, if you're looking at it, people still cannot live without it, because all on-prem
exactly.
stuff, like Active Directory is based mostly on-prem. There are good replacements now. I mean, Journey to be the complete replacement on Azure.
Indeed. Like, yeah, I mean, the on-prem stuff will never going to die like people
Yeah, I
are
mean,
thinking.
our data centers are on-prem, if you look from that perspective. So.
Indeed, indeed, everything is existing like, and it will continue existing. Like cloud is evolving. All the on-prem and everything else which is there will also evolve in its own pace and direction. So it's just like from the engineering perspective of the engineer is just a choice. What do you want to do and
Yeah.
where do you want to stay?
Yeah.
So somebody is feeling more comfortable there, and that's also fine. But somebody wants to try something new, and that's also fine. So it's a good thing that we have choices.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and in cloud you have a bunch of choices. I mean, I really
like
like working with Azure. It's amazing. It was challenging in the beginning because when I traversed to working with Microsoft Cloud, I joined a team who was semi-skilled, and every single member of the team was like in its own corner, you know, having specific skill. So yeah, I was trying to steal from everyone bits, like every single professional does.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like
after some time, you just traverse the point of not completely understanding to actually fully understanding, because it's very simple. It's not that complex at the end.
Exactly.
It can be, but it's not.
Everything can be, but I think like all the teams and everybody, what is a good thing is just to keep a simplicity. Like if you can always complicate things, but if you really try to keep them simple as much as possible, that will, I mean, everybody will benefit from it. You, the other teammates, the project, or whatever you're working on. Just keeping it simple is not a bad thing. It's good.
Yeah, but
It's the best
that's
thing
also the
actually.
modern mindset of DevOps, doing the small iterations instead of planning to like grow the elephant.
Yeah, indeed. The elephant floats.
Yeah, I mean it floats. I agree. Elephants
Yeah.
float. I mean, they're still floating, bunch of them, right? How many companies?
Indeed. Like, yeah. I mean, uh, a lot of companies are not in the cloud, but I think now what is happening really, if you see, everybody's modernizing and everybody's moving its workload more and more into cloud and trying to understand it better and to build like cloud native applications and yeah, just to be cloud native on the end. But it's a long run. It's a really long run for like the bigger the company is, the bigger the run is. So
Yeah,
it
it's
takes a
true.
lot of time.
From my perspective, I have seen few DevOps journeys. Some of them successful, some of them semi-successful, some of them still at the point where they are with a slow pace progress. But then you're having a quid pro quo effect when you're trading your current situation for your future, basically, and you're
Indeed.
staying in your current situation. So
Indeed. Indeed. But it's interesting. So yeah,
yeah,
for me at least, this DevOps journey is it's a nice thing. I've learned really for since I started a lot, really a lot. So yeah, I mean there is still a lot to learn. Like if I would need to think about what I know, I would say I don't know anything.
yeah. I mean, it's actually insane if you just imagine what is the flow of information in this world, like daily. Twitter is overwhelming you, Guardian is overwhelming you, local news are overwhelming you, Elon Musk, etc., etc. You can name it, and if you decide to focus like on your journey plus everything that's happening, it's just gonna drag you in pieces all over the place.
Yep.
It's crazy. How do
Indeed.
you protect yourself from this kind of things? Because I know it can be a nice effect. You're always at your computer and you have access to all information that you can find. How do you parse in your mind what you're gonna read, man? And not bullshit.
Oof, it's I'm trying somehow to isolate the bullshit. Only only keeping myself informed on a couple of websites, not reading the daily newspapers and stuff like that, because that stuff is very toxic. Like even the local stuff. So you really need to somehow isolate yourself from that, which I think like most of the people who are working, I would say in IT are doing. But then you just read something which is in your interest, like technical stuff, Hacker News website and things like that, Slashdot and website in that
0 day.
manner. So yeah, yeah, and and you just pick the informations from there, and that's it. Like all other informations are when you are interacting with your other colleagues or friends and just collecting information from them, like like in the normal conversation that you
But
normally do.
I'm wondering because people in IT they focus so much on what they are working with, like technology, reading the news, staying in trend. How about some other interests? Like, what do you think? What is the ratio of spending time on your private stuff versus time that you need to spend working for the company? Like, in terms of innovation.
Well, that's I don't know. I would say like when you're working for the company during working hours, of course you also read some news, read some interesting stuff, and there and on. But ratio, I don't know. It would be like most of the time you read stuff like that you're working on and like keeping yourself informed about what is happening, but still in that in that world would be like all other stuff, and
I
the
mean,
ratio would be
you need to know for a fact that you need to get 4 doses of the vaccine, right? So you need to stay informed.
yeah, that's
It's fucked up.
that's a nasty thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I'm also trying to stay. You know what I like, right? iOS just released with the newest upgrade these profiles, where you
Yeah.
can define what kind of application are gonna bother you during your working hours, and then
Ah,
outside. That's very cool to
the
focus.
focus mode. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
with that. It was kind of interesting. But you know what? I completely missed the shortcut function that you can actually like program some automation on your iPhone. I completely missed that on iOS device.
Ah,
Even
you
on the
mean
new.
when you swipe from the right top corner, when you get the menu to have shortcuts there? Is that what you mean?
No, like you can define some actions like, for example, when Neo send me a message, hey Steph, then then it does something for you, basically. Then
Ah,
it can
okay, that's
open a
like
node, write blah blah blah, and
serverless
save it.
orchestration on my phone. What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the name of that feature? Do you know?
Let me check.
It's
It's
very
a
interesting,
shortcut.
man. It's a shortcut?
Yeah, shortcuts.
Shortcuts.
I
Okay.
mean, I saw that, but I really never used it.
Yeah, I mean
It's
the domestic features of every phone, I just pack them in one folder when I get the phone, and then maybe I'm gonna open that when I'm bored.
yeah. Before I started working, I was really like testing everything, playing with Android and like different OSs on XDA developers website, the forum I think, and picking like the custom cook um, Androids, installing, playing with stuff. But man, since I started working, there is just no time for that. I'm using this device only for phone calls, the messages, and scrolling and reading stuff. And now playing Call of Duty on my phone. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
you told me that it's good. I also didn't try for a while playing any games on my phone.
Yeah, the graphics, man, it's mind blowing what they did and how they created it. It's really something. I mean, I would never imagine myself playing a game on my phone. I mean, come on, it's PCs for that.
Yeah, but compared to VR, for example, yeah. I mean, what they made now with the revolution of the mobile devices, it's crazy, man. Like if you just look 10 years ago, you didn't even know what is mobile device management system, right? Like it
Yeah.
didn't exist. Today it's exploding. Like just check Intune on Azure. It's getting every month new features. People are working very hard. Contributions are falling down. It's getting open source more and more.
Indeed.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's that like if you see it, the cloud development, how it's progressing, it's insane. I mean, it's really crazy. It's impossible to follow everything. Like you need to spend a lot of time daily just to update yourself on all the new changes that are coming, which are in preview or future development. it's a lot. Like if you have a lot of work during the day, of course, then yeah, things are like it's difficult to keep yourself updated constantly
Yeah, it's true.
with all information.
Because then that means that you're multitasking, right? You're not
Yeah.
not completely focused on your work, but yeah, I mean it's that's the way how it is, right? If you want to stay innovative and be top notch on the market, you need always to invest some effort, read something new. I have dips. I don't know, like I try to stay on top, but sometimes then it just comes period when I'm so full with obligations, like I need to teach the course, I need to work, I need to live my life.
Yeah.
And then you just get sick of the news. I don't know. It's but I think it's also normal. Otherwise, I would be burned out, man. You see, like I'm shaving my head because I would be gray already now.
But that's a good thing. I mean, I really don't know how you're managing everything. Like you're teaching the class, you have students, you're working, and all other stuff that you're involved in. I mean, how are you managing everything? That's
I think
that's quite
this crazy disease that's like a global problem that put people inside the house just made some people move forward and some people move backwards, depending on the condition that we have. You know, we in IT, it's different. You're like closed in home. You can go outside for a walk. In Netherlands, our weather is crap whenever it's not summer, and the summer is like just 2 months. And then you're closed inside. I mean, you can choose either watch TV or, I mean, any kind of entertainment, or actually do something for you, like this podcast. I don't know what it's gonna turn out to be, but I mean, the idea is great. I'm gonna try to invite interesting people from all over the world to be guests. We could just talk like now. I mean, that's the whole idea of the podcast, being freestyle, you know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that will differentiate it from all other podcasts.
Which is also fine. People can do their demos. For example, next month I'm gonna have a guest who wants to do a demo. I'm completely fine with that. Even better.
That's good.
Less time good for me to talk, you know. I mean, I enjoy talking. Don't get me wrong. That's why I called you.
Good. I mean, if I would think something like that, I could maybe prepare something. But yeah, maybe maybe some
next time. Like I need to call you on the 100th episode again. Or 101. It's a weird concept, right?
It's gonna be anniversary.
It's 1 and zeros anyway, man. Don't worry.
010, yeah.
Actually,
nice.
For the camera, like I have here in Amsterdam, I was walking a few days back, and I don't know, when I'm walking street, especially if it's like full of shopping malls, I try not to distract myself if I'm not going to shop. But some shop had the doors open, and my mind saw just one t-shirt, and I think it was meant to be for me. It was like the guy who is standing with the umbrella, and the digital informations are like falling down from the sky, same like in Matrix, you know. And that's the only t-shirt I saw. I'm like, fuck man, I need to buy this. I'm gonna go inside and buy it. Now I'm wearing it.
Nice, good. So yeah, I cannot see it from here, but I will see it after in the recordings. Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, how does it feel to not see me, because my actual camera is caught by OBS? So I mean, I would really, if this prospers, and maybe we get some sponsors, you know, I can even we can think about it. But let's say for 100 episode we are like really famous and we can do something cool. I'm gonna bring you to our studio, man. Like talk, you know, face to face and not over the camera, because that's more fun.
That I would accept that criteria for 101 podcasts. So then that's a challenge, man. That's a challenge.
I mean, if you come to Amsterdam, it's a challenge. You know, you need to go home after that. Normal.
Yeah. Indeed. But yeah, we'll have a like it can be flight is like 2 hours or
Yeah,
so.
it's
I would
it's close
accept.
by. It's close by.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm
actually,
flying tomorrow to Serbia.
nice,
Yeah,
nice. So we
morning
will have a
flight.
drink.
Yeah,
Good.
we're gonna catch up. I'll let you know.
We're gonna celebrate this podcast. Nice,
Yeah, man, definitely.
nice.
Nice, nice.
All right. So, and how is like okay? So you told me like your that Corona stuff. It's bring good for you, and I think it's like when I see myself, it's also like that for me because I've tried to utilize the time quite nice to study and to learn a little bit more. So I think like the whole that initial pandemic and everything, it bring good to people like in some sense
Yeah, well,
for
it was also kind
self-development,
of a
I would say.
wake up call for many things, I guess. But then some people just went crazy even more, protests all around. So I don't know, man. There is a law of relativity made by our God.
Yeah.
There is white, there is black. So it's like from your perspective, what's important is not to get bothered by all this crap that's happening around us. Otherwise, I mean, it's good influence, but also not the best influence. I'm a bit disappointed in everything that like we are striving for as whole community, I would say, in a way,
Yeah, or
because
even as a humanity.
yeah, as a humanity, just looking at the new generations, like I was buying the ring light for the podcast, so you can actually see my face brighter. And I was reading the comments and the rating, because there are so many of them. And this guy is writing like, I mean, I get him completely. You just wanna make your child happy. But he wrote like, oh man, this ring light is so great. My princess can now record her TikToks properly, and I'm reading the comments.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
I'm accepting the reality that we are spending our time as humanity on that. But yeah, it's crazy actually how much everything is available, and like I can talk to you instantly now, and then 1 million of people can just watch that without any permission. It's like
Indeed, but imagine like
mind
what we
blowing.
did when we were kids. We didn't have a TikTok, man. We didn't have the cameras and stuff. So
No,
it was
no.
more healthier childhood, I would say, what we had. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. I agree with you. We will see when current generations become a bit older and how this world is gonna turn out. But I agree with you. I kinda really enjoyed to just live without the technology in my pocket and not being scheduled. Just go out, man. I'm gonna jump on some roofs. Something stupid.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we did. And me and my friends, literally jumping from the roof to the roof. And even in our neighborhood, we had like buildings with a block below. So we were like jumping like that crazy heights. So it was a crazy childhood, but a good one.
Yeah, I mean, every childhood is precious. You are so oblivious of everything that you're doing, right? Everything is so great. It doesn't matter how shit it is. I mean, depends.
Indeed.
Depends.
Indeed. Indeed.
But yeah, I mean, about childhood, it's very different in every country. I'm seeing people moving to Netherlands a lot because you can prosper here. You can have many things, like people are just looking how the future of their kids is gonna be, which is very normal. I came here because of my future as well. It's very different from country to country, which is I don't know why we divided everything like this when we did this like original sin back in the days. Who invented the borders, man?
Yeah, that's a question beyond our minds.
Beyond understanding. Yeah, I mean, maybe someone wrote down some essay about this as research. It's crazy, like how many people spend their lives researching one small single thing, right? And for you, it's just a thought sometimes.
Yeah, and that's just how, yeah, the thought that can transform into who knows what. I mean, everything starts from an imagination, right? And that's how things evolves. I don't know.
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. I mean, in daily life, it's so easy to be inspirative, but also contradictive to that. When there are like rainy days, your mood is just down a little bit, which I see. Like, for example, myself, I'm really a sun person, and we have a lot of rain in Netherlands.
Yeah.
It very depends. How do you react to climate changes?
Man, for me, I think I think I'm special because I like when it's raining. I mean, it's okay for me. I like when it's snowing, even if it's a gray outside. Sometimes it can be also fine. But the thing about sun, when it's too hot, I don't really like it. I'm not that big fan of a sun. I'm actually hiding from the sun like a lizard.
Wait. Are the lizards hiding from the sun or liking
Actually,
the sun?
yeah,
I
actually
think I'm the
liking the
lizard,
sun.
man.
That's a bad comparison. Shit.
Yeah. Never mind. I mean, you're not scheduled to say any truth here. That's
I'm
not why I
hiding
called you.
in my cave.
You can change even my beliefs, you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think I'm the lizard anymore.
Or maybe you are, like you like the sun.
No, actually, I do like sun. And then if you ask me why I'm in Netherlands, it's quid pro quo, bro. I mean, I need to finish my stuff here. I'm gonna probably work a couple of more years building the career because it's a good place. And then I don't know, maybe I'm gonna retire with 30, just going to Spain, live on Malaga, you know, because it's good vibe there, it's sun. I need to spend one part of my life living on the coast. That's like must have.
That's good. That's good thing to have. That you chase the dream. So yeah, nice.
I'm gonna be leading this podcast 3 years from now from Malaga, probably.
So it's gonna be the place in Malaga where we're gonna chill and
Yeah.
have a discussion.
Yeah,
on
actually,
the
I'm
coast.
gonna rent a big house. You can come whenever. Maybe we're gonna then call multiple guests, man. Maybe play poker live. You know, I don't know.
Why not?
Why not?
Why
It's
not?
fun.
I mean, things need to be tried. Like you cannot know if you don't try it.
Yeah, exactly. But
It's like this podcast, like a new experience. At least for me. I mean, I would never imagine like speaking like this, but it's a new experience. So why not?
yeah, exactly. Why not? But you know, I don't like to try things if I know I'm gonna waste my energy for nothing. It's not like I'm doing this podcast either for some big turn back, but I just realized that I can make a bond with people, also make some fun. You know, they can advertise, I can advertise myself and the company I'm working for, and we can share some good news. People are gonna get to know something new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
it's a
I would
healthy
say.
thought. I mean, we can become controversial also, like Joe Rogan at some point. If you really like that. I really like his model also. So that's why I'm gonna try also to invite engineers and people from different branches.
Nice.
I
I
think everyone
to,
have different opinion.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I never listened to any of his podcasts in fully. Just a couple of slices of videos on a YouTube. but really I didn't listen to them too much. I'm listening actually one nice podcast, the Darknet Diaries.
Darknet
It has
Diaries. That's more
yeah,
applicable to our topic of today.
yeah, it
Tell
like
us
has
about it, man.
it has quite interesting stories what people are sharing.
I guess there's some creepy stuff as well, right? If it's
yeah,
dark web diaries.
it's like yeah, like you can hear a lot of things. Yeah.
What's the last podcast about that you listened?
Oh, let me remember. It's like it's how one cybersecurity researcher caught the biggest scam in the lottery. So I can't remember in which country was that. It's in Costa Rica or somewhere.
Do
And
you know that Costa Rica is one of the rare countries that never been in the war, and it's considered for tropical paradise?
oh yeah, I mean it's a beautiful place.
Yeah,
From the
yeah,
pictures, I can say that. Maybe one day I will visit it. So it's
yeah. I mean, your girlfriend is also doing DevOps. I don't think for you guys is gonna be a problem just to go there for a month and work remotely, right? Even with the time difference.
indeed. I mean that's possible. Like I mean everything is possible when
Yeah.
you in this world, at least with all the remote possibilities and everything, you can work from anywhere actually. So nothing is stopping you actually.
Yeah, it's crazy what technology brought to us. I remember
Yeah.
when I was a kiddo, like first time when we heard about internet, it was from one of the guys street next to mine. He worked for Facebook at that point. He was developing the security system for game was called I think Farmville in that age. It was quite popular.
Nice. I
And this
remember
dude,
that game.
yeah, this dude like worked for them in that time when no one knew what the internet is, more or less. And then he just appeared one day in our house asking like, "Oh, do you wanna get like a connection?" And we're like, "What kind of connection?" And he started explaining that like he can put the antenna on our roof and interconnect with the other houses, you know, in the street. And we first didn't even understand why would we interconnect. And then he said we can actually play some games, you know, together. And like when my father heard games, like, okay, now tell me more. That's crazy, right? And then they played Counter-Strike for next 7 years, man.
The LAN parties, man, for life. Like we were escaping from school to go in the gaming cafe to play Counter-Strike. It was 1.3 back then. But when you said
1.3, I played 1.6. I don't remember 1.3. Damn.
yeah, it was 1.3, I think, something like that. Then 1.5 and 1.6. And then, yeah, I don't know what was after, but it was early. And also the Warcraft and like the first Dota map that evolved later in like a Dota 2. That was something. Like so much time spent on games. It's a very nice experience and time actually. But when you said for the internet, do you remember what was your first program that you downloaded from internet?
Interesting question, man. First program that I downloaded.
For me, I still remember it.
Tell me, yes.
It was the Winamp. And,
Winamp,
man,
yeah, could be, actually, could be.
it took me like 50 minutes or something to download the full
Or
Winamp.
dial-up.
Yeah, 56K. Like you would be really lucky if you connect 56K, like with that lines and everything. It was crazy back then.
Yeah, I remember that like in that time they had also a lot of that software that you can use to download stuff. Like peer-to-peer, it was not completely yet called and considered as torrent. There are few softwares like some weird name, Azureus Vuse.
Ah, man, I think I remember
Yeah,
that.
like you could just
Yeah.
search through bunch of software being hosted by the peers in the network. I mean, that software lives on some computers there remotely. People are hosting it.
Yeah,
And
I
then you can
remember
just
that. I
download a bunch
think
of stuff.
sounds familiar. Like if I remember, that's really like first days, my first days of internet. It was like I wanted to explore so much there. I was searching, reading, doing stuff. It was really crazy. I mean, I don't know what age I was then, but it's like very close to when I got my first computer. And yeah, like that using, I don't know if it was not even Google back then, it was Hasta La Vista.
Hasta la
Search,
vista.
yeah,
Well,
the website and the search that I used a lot. And yeah, like it was something.
but it's also crazy when the people started releasing software. There are like so many weird names. For example, I read recently. If you do you remember, like when there was a time of CDs, and
Yeah,
then
of course.
yeah, of course, and then you had like to burn something on your CD with the software, and there was a software called Nero Burning ROM,
Man, I remember that.
which means in some Eastern countries actually like that you're burning gypsy person. Like how racistic is that? What the hell? I read that on Reddit. Like if you check those considerations, it's really crazy what the people did.
I remember that. Of course, like you're buying the CDRV that you can write on it, and of course, like without narrow burning ROM, you couldn't do anything. Like, I mean, even if we wanted to buy it, like, where would you buy it? Like, it was everything was cracked. Like piracy back then, and like even now,
I just
for
received.
life.
I bought was it adapter or a repeater? I don't remember for internet. And I remember them shipping me the smaller size CD to install my drivers.
Man.
It's crazy. Like we should invent some kind of disposable USB-C small memory stick that you should like get included into price of the product you're buying. Like
Yeah.
whoever is watching this, please make that. Technology giants, please make that, because CD I don't have reader anymore in my computer to install my drivers, or
Man,
I
I
need
don't
to
know.
download them, right? And like if you're buying the network adapter, that means that you don't have freaking connection, man. And like then I get CD. How do I connect, right? It's complete paradox.
Yeah, but like CD, man, I didn't touch that or I didn't saw a CD for a long time ago when I remember now.
Yeah, it's rare. I mean, now people are gonna start collecting CDs as something that you can sell as a treasure later, I guess.
We're gonna see it in the museum like in 20 years from now. Like, look at this. Wow.
Yeah. But
Like,
floppy disk is even more crazy. Like I saw, I think Microsoft published the photo where they compare how many floppies in size, like vertically from the floor to the ceiling in meters. How many floppies do you need to burn one copy of operating system of Windows 10 now? It was like 90,000 floppies or something. I don't remember. Don't get me wrong about the number.
my God, man, I don't even want to imagine that, like, putting a Windows 10 or 11 there, like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Hacker News. Yeah, I think you motivated me to read the Hacker News a bit more. like after this session of the podcast?
Yeah, it's I read it daily. It's quite nice. I'll send you the link.
No, I know for Hacker News, but I don't know, man. Like lately, I was exposed to so many people generally that I'm getting shielded a little bit from reading. I'm reading some spiritual books now rather than just technology.
Good.
You know, we need to find ourselves in these hard times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody find himself somewhere. So it's
You know,
good.
and yeah, I mean, I was just discussing with a friend a few days back. Until the hard times hit you, you're not naturally that much focused on yourself, or I mean, you are as conscious person, but usually when the shit hits the fan, that pushes you to go forward in your life and make a step, you know, closing some
Indeed.
doors, and you know, it's not always easy, but here we are.
Well, that's the moment when you're jumping out of so-called famous comfort zone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
So you're jumping into something unknown or doing something unknown that you're realizing that it's a good thing for you. So, and yeah, when you do it, the outcome can be even better later, depending what it is.
Yeah, man, definitely agreed. Definitely agreed. So, I mean,
Yeah.
so many times when I did something because I had that feeling in my gut that I should just change stuff, it turned out to be, well, if you have faith in yourself, you're gonna make something good out of it. I mean, not always, you're gonna fail as well, but that's the point, right? Of being successful, then you need to know for the opposite.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, always like when you must be confident in yourself when you want to try something new. So I mean, I wouldn't go to try and drive an airplane now because I don't know it, and maybe I don't feel like that challenge would be good for me or interesting or something. But when
You can jump with parachute.
oh, that's on the list.
Yeah.
That's on the
Fuck,
list.
I did it last year. It's like you're getting to 3,000 meters. We had some crappy plane that's like there is a driver and you're getting inside with the guy who's gonna actually pull you out and jump with you, like instructor.
Yeah.
And this plane was so small, man. We are getting to 3,000 meters for 25 minutes. And you're like, okay, it's cool, I'm observing it. But then the guy opens the door, bro. It's happening, man. Like, you cannot go back. And you're on 3,000 meters. I'm a dog person, but then I was a cat, you know, with my nails at that point.
Man, I'm thinking myself in that situation. I would just close my eyes, or even I would not close it. I would say, fuck it, let's do it. Like, the faster you do it, it's better.
Yeah, and like jumping from the plane, it's quite experience, I would say, and it's also weird because your brain cannot even process the amount of happenings per second. Like you're falling down, bro. Like your brain is not even processing like what's happening, and then you fall down and you're like, "Fuck, man, I did it." You know,
You know,
it's crazy.
You know what's the next level in that? Like in that feeling. I watched some guy on a YouTube. You can watch everything there when you enter in the classical rabbit hole of YouTube. The guy is putting like some metal things for a skin on his back, and like holding a parachute for that, like jumping from the plane almost like completely naked. And
What
that's
the
I
hell?
think the next level of feeling that you can have. Like nothing is holding you, but it's from your skin on the back. It's insane.
Okay.
Google it after on the you will find it on YouTube.
It sounds a bit creepy, man, to be honest.
It is. But yeah.
Yeah, okay, I cannot promise you I'm gonna Google it, but thanks for sharing.
The random stuff from YouTube.
Yeah. People get lost in YouTube, man. It's like a deep rabbit hole, and I hear so many good and weird stories. I mean, it can help you because it can monetize your time and efforts. You can get something back, like that's valued, but people also like advertise so much crap. There is, I'm not gonna go into deep black holes of YouTube now. You know, that's we're almost done for today. Please don't.
It's a classical rabbit hole of YouTube or like Twitter or Reddit.
Imagine having a person that's employed by YouTube to like scan through all the videos that people upload daily. Like, Jesus Christ, what kind of memory of that person would be at the end of his life?
It needs to be the AI person.
Yeah, it needs to be AI. This AI is gonna get broken, you know.
It needs to be the bot.
Yeah, it needs to be the bot. Yeah, talking about bots, I think our SciTech bot is gonna close the recording soon.
Really?
I mean,
it went that fast.
Yeah, it went that fast, man. We have been talking for an hour. I mean, we can still stay a bit, but I think it's Friday. I'm not sure how popular we went today. Maybe we're gonna be more popular in the past. But yeah, remember good that you're on the episode 1, man. You're on the premiere.
It's a premiere. Great.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining and spending your time at Friday. Otherwise, you could be doing anything else than just talking to me. But I really appreciate, as always.
Yeah, no problem, man. It was my pleasure to speak like this, and thanks for inviting me. And I wish you really all the best and luck in all the future podcasts. And for sure, I'll be watching them, and we'll see how it looks like.
We will try to bring some interesting people every single time. Let's see how far we can get. But you know what God says, ultimate outcome is a shirt, so you don't worry.
True.
Yes. True. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming now. Thanks a lot, man, again, and we're gonna stay in touch.
All right, sounds good, man. Take care.
Yes. Bye. Ciao.